Oh, we gotta clap as well because we haven't clapped for the last 2 episodes, and syncing has been.
Oh, you do realize you can auto sync?
Can you just fucking clap, please?
You can auto.
One person do it.
Wow.
Madz, you do it because you're the newbie. Clap the fuck. Jesus. All right, do it again, please. All right. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
We've been clapped in.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Kindercast.
Kindercast.
Here I am joined by none other than Jacadamia. GetMadz. We have Kurt in the back, and we have none other than the one, the only.
Mitchell.
Y'all really suck at this, man.
Should we start over?
No.
Michael.
Michael.
Yes, Michael.
Oh, Michael. Sorry, I thought it was Mitchell.
Here's his picture.
It's that guy.
Whoa, Michael's right there.
He's right there.
Whoa,
You can't see
how
him.
did he get here? What?
No, I'm over here.
No.
What?
How the hell did he do that? He's not
I
even
don't
here.
know. I just.
Anyway, yeah, welcome guys.
podcast.
Let's actually do this.
Stop the podcast, damn it.
All right. So, we are a table of artists here. Very skilled animators I am joined by, and so let's talk about animation. You know what I'm saying? So, what inspired you guys to start animating?
Well,
What inspired you? You know
it
what I'm
was about 25 years ago. Before I was born.
Okay.
Okay, no. What inspired me personally to start animating was cartoons on TV, of course.
What cartoons?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. I watched a lot of.
Family Guy.
No.
You started Madz.
What?
Family Guy, right?
No.
That's
a meme.
Is that not your favorite fucking cartoon of all time?
Family Guy.
Actually, you know what? It's a tie between that and American Dad. Can't really.
American. I've
Isn't
actually
American Dad
grown
actually
to like-
kind of good?
Yeah. At first I didn't like it, but like now I do. Like it's.
That's one of like.
I haven't watched it recently.
That's
I
one of
don't
like
know,
the
man.
Camp Alien, right?
Peter Griffin's chins, they spoke to me.
Hey
Balls.
Lois. Peter.
Oh no, that was terrible.
That was great.
That was.
Oh, I do a really good
Terrible.
Marge Simpson impression.
Do it.
Homie.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Okay, so
my
like
party
you
trick.
don't have any. You can't think of any cartoons.
No, I mean I like SpongeBob.
Nice.
Of course.
I agree.
That's what generally got me interested in like cartoons, but what actually made me want to animate when I like grew up, I guess, which I don't even know if I've grown up yet. Probably haven't. Was Flipnote Studio on the Nintendo DSi.
Classic.
Yes.
Classic. That's literally, like I'd use my friend's DSi, and I used to borrow it all the time because that's all I used to use.
Just to do it?
Yeah, just to use it.
Weren't they gonna make a sequel to that?
Oh, they do. They have it on the 3DS.
I thought it got cancelled.
Well,
Yeah, but if
sorta
see,
did.
you should have got it before, like when it was like, because they only had it on there for like a week or something.
Why did
it
they
was
take
on
it
like
down?
it was on like Club Nintendo, and you could get it if you had like a number of points or something. But if you didn't, you couldn't get it.
That
Oh really?
sucks nuts.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing it like that.
And then I think they like released it for like a little bit, but then
Yeah.
they got rid
I
of it.
think
Yeah, and they got rid
I
of
think
it.
I remember there being a program like that for Nintendo Club, whatever it's called.
What?
Club Nintendo. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
a Club
yeah.
Nintendo? Yeah, but I decided to get Game and Wario instead.
I mean, Wario's a great, and their game just came out for the Switch. I gotta get that.
No, it didn't.
No, that's
Wario?
a 3DS.
Came out for the 3DS.
With the new Wario game,
Yeah.
it's for the
Yeah.
3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it sucks, but it's on the 3DS. I wish it was on the Switch.
Why?
If it was on the Switch, 100% would
That's
have
so
got
stupid.
Yeah, I remember.
it. What?
I mean, 3DS is still good.
3DS is really
It's
good. I
got
love.
two
It's
screens.
definitely my
It
favorite.
uses the 2 screens in the games.
I kind of miss that though.
Yeah.
that they're getting
I
rid of
don't.
that.
It's pretty poo.
You don't like it?
I mean, I used to, but like, not as... I mean, it's kind of cool, but like, it's just, it hurts my eyes now because it's so low resolution.
Oh my god. What? You just if anything.
I don't want my
under 4K
eyes to. No. Oh, my mum. That actually brings up a point. My mum says that she won't watch 4K or She doesn't like HD video because you can see people's pores.
Yeah.
She thinks it's
You
gross.
know. I heard like our eyes can't even really see in 4K that well.
what are we doing making that then?
I don't know.
What's the point?
And I feel like it's just gonna keep getting.
This is like an
better.
episode of Vsauce. What's happening?
All right,
Vsauce.
so the
Jack-
cartoons. I didn't have cable growing up, so like I grew up on like Channel 13, like PBS Kids. So like Arthur,
Yeah, I grew up on
Sesame Street.
Oh yeah, Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur was really well animated. Like holy, like they
See-
did like a behind the scenes thing, where like everything they had to do like blew my mind because they didn't do digital. Like,
we didn't have cable. The cable wasn't a thing. It was like we had a different system. We ever
He's
had
from
like,
the UK, by the way.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
he is.
Anyway, we had like, we had like something called Sky, I think, or Virgin. Those are like the two things you could get. I know it was weird. Who would? I don't know. There's something called like you could get like a Virgin box or something. I genuinely think it was called that,
What the-
or like Sky or something, and you get like loads of channels. But we didn't get that, so we just got something called Freeview, and we got like 63 channels. There was CBBC, which was like the children's BBC. And then you know what the BBC is?
Oh yeah,
right?
BBC.
Yeah, so
That's
there was
Star
children's
Art. I watch Star Art.
BBC.
And I see like their like
Yeah.
logo on it.
And they had
Okay.
loads of shows on that. But I don't think they had cartoons on that. But we also have another television network called ITV, and they had something called CITV, which was children's. I can't even remember what ITV stands for, but they had played Arthur and SpongeBob and stuff on that. And I thought
Wow.
no one watched
Arthur and
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
You thought
You know,
no one watched
I thought
SpongeBob?
nobody watched SpongeBob, and I was like, oh, I'm the number one fan of SpongeBob. I thought it was so cool.
Yo,
And then I
like
realized-
SpongeBob by itself is like $1 billion industry.
I didn't know that. I thought it was like,
$1 billion. That's insane.
never mind Apple. SpongeBob is where it's
Well,
at.
Apple's $1 trillion now. It's like insane. But anyways, we're
getting off
spiraling.
topic.
Yes. So like cartoons. Yes. So it was Arthur. This is cartoon, and I found out it's from Canada. This is a cartoon called Jacob Tutu. It is like my
Tutu.
favorite cartoon ever. I love the style. Like I know a lot of people don't.
What is
like-
Jake? What was it about?
It's about this kid who goes to high school.
Did he wear a tutu?
No, he would sometimes repeat his words twice.
Oh.
So now they call
Whoa.
him Jacob Tutu. So like
Sounds
for
kinda-
instance, I walked down the street. That's
What was the
basically-
point? Like, yeah, but what was that
like
about?
Josh from
No,
Drake
no,
and
it's just
Josh?
him. It's just school life. But he it's like I don't know. It's like really good. I really like it. The style and everything. I really liked. And I think it was rigged actually. I think it was and I think it's a like really old cartoon, but I really like it. And you guys should check it out. Like holy shit, you guys. Should.
Available on.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
But check out
It's
this random
Canadian.
show.
It's Canadian.
Which
It sounds kind of...
Yeah, it's Canadian.
crap.
But anyways, yeah. So like, what
joking.
programs and stuff do y'all use for like your top-notch animations? You can start with Matt, because Matt's is a little. Unique.
Sorry, I'm a bit of a hipster here. I don't use Flash. I don't use Toon Boom. So yeah, I don't use Toon Boom. So
sound
like
too-
instead, I decided to. I used Flash once. I was using Premiere, and I was just doing. Like
Character
you know,
stills?
no, yeah, just taking character stills, doing them in Photoshop, dragging them into Premiere, and it took forever, and it was really, really tedious. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn Flash. I learned Flash, and I think my fourth animation, my like school exam video, was my first and last video done in Flash because it's
Thank
so
you.
ugly. It's so ugly.
I did Flash. I had started off in Flash. My YouTube video, my first day of college, part 1, was made in Flash, and that's the last time I used it.
I know a lot of.
And not because even just the looks, 'cause it did look bad, but also yeah, some drop. Also, like it used to crash all the fucking time. That's why I get why people say, "Oh, Adobe Crash," like that's his nickname, because it really did crash a lot, and it was like so annoying.
Thing is like there's loads of people who are really, really talented with Flash, and can do insane stuff with it. And like, Ivan's a good example.
Yeah, Ivan's good.
But I tried it and I was like, I drew my character like this and he looks so ugly now.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's just
And
not-
I was really annoyed. I was like, oh, this is kind of lame. And I continued to learn it. Then my teacher was like, he saw what I was doing animation. He was like, hey, have you heard about this program called Character Animator? And I looked into it. I was like, this looks gross. What is this software? This looks this looks kind of weird. And then I actually watched it. I was like, actually, I found like a few of them, and I was like, this is actually pretty cool. Like this isn't like some stuff you can do in it.
Yeah.
Is really, really neat, and like with like triggers and stuff, and it helps. It kind of has automatic lip sync, and it's done for like live streaming as well. So you could do like a live. I've done like a couple live animations for my character for like Q&As and stuff. I was like, well, no one uses this program. I'll try it out. And I tried it out. I was like, this is fun. So I mean, that's what program I use. What about you, Jack?
Well, I only ever used Flash like once, and like
we all use Flash. Like
but it was in like 4th grade or something. I signed up for like the summer animation course, but it was like really basic. It was like make the ball move across the screen, and it was kind of it. And I was like, I want to draw cartoons, and they were like, no,
draw this ball.
Yeah, but so I never really got Flash, and when I started out, I did like the whole paint tool like technique where you just draw the stills and you put them in to like Premiere or something. But I used paint tool before I knew anyone else used it. I'm not like a bandwagoner. Not to be like a.
You thought you was a trendsetter, if anything.
No, I'd used it to make comics. I was like, I can use this to make these videos, and then I did. But now I use Toon Boom.
Oh,
because it's good, and professional studios use it, and I'm like, if I ever want to get a job in a professional studio, I should know how to use this.
Oh wow!
So, I kind of want to learn to use Toon Boom just for like, at some stage. I don't know. It seems like a lot of fun actually. It seems like but you have to pay for it. And I'm already paying for everything. No, as in I'm already paying for Adobe. I'm paying for like the whole thing, and I have all of it already.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you know where to look. You wouldn't.
Yeah, but then I hear about like Toon Boom, and it's like, yeah, it seems really cool. But then I have to spend more money, and I don't like spending money. I don't want to spend any more. I mean,
it's you could just think of it as like an investment.
Yeah, actually, I might once I get like a bit more money, I probably will invest in it.
Well, speaking of trendsetters, I was the first person I know that started using Toon Boom, and I've been spending this entire time trying to convert all of my friends. Okay, I got a couple people.
Is it working?
Like my boy Jack, he converted. You love it.
Correct? Yeah, it's Flash but good.
Yeah, Toon Boom is the best animation program that I've ever used in my life. I actually heard TV Paint is actually really good too. I want to try that out.
That sounds old.
TV, yeah, it does sound old, but I heard it's like really good as well, especially for like frame by frame stuff. But Toon Boom, definitely it was a great transition because like. After the first time I uploaded that video, which took forever to do because it kept crashing, I was looking for Flash alternatives because I was already done with it. And there was another. I had first found out about Toon Boom Studio, and that it was like one of their older programs, and the interface was terrible. And I guess you can call me bougie or whatever, but like if the interface doesn't look good, I'm not gonna use it.
Dude,
like, if it's ugly.
I agree with you 100% because I was using Sony Vegas before I was using
Sony
Premiere.
Vegas is
I was using Movie Maker. Then I used iMovie. Then I used Sony Vegas.
Damn, you used everything except like Camtasia.
No, you gross.
I used to use All right, when I had a Let's Play channel, I used to use Camtasia to like record my screen, stuff like that.
I used something. Bandicam.
Bandicam. That's a classic.
And Fraps.
Fraps.
What's the other one? DX Tory.
Fraps
you ever use DX Tory?
No, I never. No, I actually.
It was like the blue TV was its icon.
Yeah, yeah.
But then OBS came out. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, OBS is like free, and like I don't know why they.
All the other ones are pretty much out of date.
But then again, people would just torrent it anyway, so I guess you just make it free. Yeah.
Mm.
So what are your name origins?
What?
I'm really curious about yours. Like, GetMadz. What does that mean?
It's the easiest thing ever.
Yeah, it's easy. It's definitely easy to remember.
No, it's like it's the easiest origin ever.
Oh, okay.
It's literally.
You're really mad one day.
No. Well, like, the shortened version of my first name is Madz, which is Mads, and I was like, I think I was making a Club Penguin account or something, and I was like, hey, do you know what's cooler? If I replace the S with a Z.
Oh.
And did that. And then, so originally my channel was a skit and gaming channel. Okay, back in 2012. And I thought, hey, this would be clever. Every game I'll play, it'll be like my name and then the year of that game's origin or something. I thought it was really clever. It's so stupid.
But wait, name an example.
Basically, like if I played Mario Sunshine, it'd be it was like Madz 2002.
Oh,
like that. I was like,
cool.
that's gross. I realized that.
I don't
That's
like
gross.
numbers
So
at
my
all.
so my URL is like Madz 2012, and it's really cringe. But actually no, you can do youtube.com/Madz and it takes you to my channel.
Oh,
But like
that's
sometimes
good.
like whenever sometimes when James credits me in the second channel videos, I'm like, I just like sometimes I've asked him a few times to use like the cool link where it's like youtube.com/Madz. But sometimes he uses the ugly one. It's like youtube.com/Madz 2012, and it's so gross. But anyway, so I realized that numbers were gross. So then I changed my channel name to just Madz. And then if you search up Madz, I'm pretty sure it was just a bunch of random like Middle East, like there's a bunch of like weird dances. So if you just type in Madz, there's just a bunch of random like. Actually, let me do it right now. I'm gonna get it. Like I swear, there was a bunch of like really strange, ethnic dancing. Madz.
Well,
Like, yeah, look, Pangaram Ko Ank Ikibanga Cat Madz. And it's a bunch of people.
well, you said that on the first go. Like that's really impressive.
Look.
Like, you didn't mess up
See,
at
it's
all.
like a bunch of like hymns and stuff.
It's got a lot of views. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean.
I know. And then I was like, this is a terrible choice. I shouldn't be doing this. So then I was like, okay, so I have to make this a bit more unique. I was like, okay. Well, do you know what's funny? Puns. Not really, but let's try making a pun. And then I was like, okay, so my name's Madz. So that's kind of like angry. And what could I add? And then I was like, okay, well, I don't want to do something like, why are you Kurt just did this.
It's not a pun. It's just you putting. I'm mad.
GetMadz.
But you know, I was like, all right, what sounds kind of cool? And I was looking for a bunch. One of them, this is so bad. I'm glad I didn't do this. One of them was like, you Madz, bro. And I was like, oh, that's gross. I didn't want to do that. And
That's like
yeah, I felt it was gross.
that's like
so I did do
2012.
that. Exactly. Well, it was 2013,
Yeah.
2014.
Oh.
Damn. Oh, so you was
Oh
probably...
no. Actually, no. I changed my name in like 2017 to GetMadz.
Wait, so it was. Wait, so
It was just Madz for like
Oh.
ages. For like ages. And
Oh,
then
I thought
changed
it was
in,
like you Madz, bro, for like 3 years.
No, I didn't use it at all. I didn't use you Madz, bro, once. I was like, no thanks. And I changed it. That was just one suggestion. But I was just looking at different. I was looking at different puns. Sorry, voice crack. I was looking at different puns for my name, and then I was like, well, I mean, well, not even puns, but just something which sounds cool, and I chose that name.
All right, how about you, Jack?
Sorry, that was long.
Well, when I first thought of making a YouTube channel, I wanted to make mine like kind of like a gaming channel. Not like I play games, but like JonTron or like PBG, like those kinds of videos. And I liked the names where it was like I liked food names. like there was this one channel I watched called Alex and Crackers. They stopped making videos like a while ago, but I liked that name, and I liked Peanut Butter Gamer, so I was like, I want like a food name
Related, okay.
for my thing. So I was like Jack and Cheese.
That was good. That's
good.
a pun.
Yeah,
That's
mine are crap. I don't like mine. I'm boring.
All right, go.
He's way better.
Yeah, I was like Jack and Cheese, Jackaroni, and then I don't like those that much.
Michael's in the back laughing.
So.
Pepper Jack.
No.
Pepper Jack.
Wait, what's that cereal which is like cinnamon and an apple? What's it called?
Oh, yeah,
Apple
Apple
Jacks.
Jacks.
Apple Jacks.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a pony from My Little Pony.
Okay, see,
Who
no one
cares?
knew about that. Brony.
I'm pretty sure.
No one knew.
I didn't know. Thanks for the information, guys.
This was like 2015.
So you were Brony in 2015?
No, I'm just saying. No.
Oh wait, so did you
Exposed.
actually? I'm curious. Did any of us have like? So yeah, I did like gaming and commentary and stuff before I made animation videos.
Yes.
Did you actually make any videos like in the style of JonTron and stuff?
I had one like that I was working on, but the idea was really, really bad, and I was like, there's no way I could like keep this up, like all the recording and stuff. Like I didn't have a place to record things, and I could only record when it was like bright out and no one was home and stuff like that.
That's how I still do my audio. I'm like,
yeah.
Well, yeah.
all right, when's
you gotta be like out of the house.
But like recording video just adds like a whole other layer to that. So eventually I was like, I don't want to do that. But yeah, I had like one thing in progress. It was top 10 video game death noises, like the noises characters make when they die.
Roblox was number one.
it was a really bad idea. It was.
I mean, that's not that bad. I mean,
yeah. That's interesting.
Oh my god,
That's
that
different.
reminds me.
That's different.
Yeah.
Wait,
I like, it's similar to that. Like halfway, I think when I was like 13, like after like 6 months of having like my current channel, I was like, I don't want to make skits anymore, and I like made a new channel. And I remember uploading videos saying deleting channel, but I never did. I took it down.
All right, so the origin of mine.
Wait, I never finished my origin though.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
shit.
Sorry for
Okay,
me.
got it.
Oh yeah, right. We didn't
He
go
was
to the
saying something.
conclusion.
I interrupted.
All right.
So I wanted a food name, and I was just trying to think of stuff, and I couldn't really get anything. And then one day I went to like this honor society party for like my little sister or whatever in school.
Yo, this is getting deep.
We're
okay.
smart. I got a smart family. you
Okay.
know?
Okay.
Cool me.
So no, and then they had like snacks at the end, and I was like, ooh, snacks. And I got a macadamia cookie, and I was like, oh, I
Wait.
love macadamia
Wait,
cookies.
did you see the snacks? It really say ooh snacks.
Yeah.
Ooh, snacks. That could be a good channel name. Ooh, snacks.
Ooh, all right, you make it.
Snacks.
See how far it goes.
But yeah, I found a macadamia cookie, and I was like, oh, I love macadamia cookie. And I was like, wait, macadamia, Jacadamia.
Oh.
And then I think Madz was, when he like asked me about my name, he's like, so is it like you're like smart, like you go to school? I was like, no, it's not like academia. It's like
Like
the
nut. I finna nut. Jack finna nut. Jack finna nut.
Yeah, you just like rename yourself to Jack Nut. Maybe your second channel could be just like Nut.
Yeah, just Jack
Just
nut.
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 All right, so
Yeah.
the origin of mine is quite all right. So how do I start this? So I did have a gaming channel as well, but it was something completely different. It was actually called. Oh, I'm not gonna say it because it's still up, so I'm not gonna say it. But I did have a Let's Play gaming channel that I had for a while.
It's not that hard to find. Like, it's
No,
it's
it
very
is. What
similar.
are you talking about,
The
Jack?
name
Isn't that just like?
The
It's
name
very
is
hard to
very
Isn't it
find.
cool just like YouTunes
Very hard
gaming?
to
It's like, oh, I'm not gonna say
hell
it.
no.
I won't say it.
All right, so I originally started with I wanted like to have like a brand of channels that did different things under the
You games.
Yeah. So the first one was actually called You Gamer, which is still up. And it's funny that you brought up Peanut Butter Gamer because Peanut Butter Gamer, JonTron, and those people were like the inspiration for You Gamer because I would review games as a cartoon character, and it was called You Gamer. And I still wanna go back.
I
to
think
that.
you could still do that even.
Oh
in this
no, for
community
sure.
and stuff.
The reason why is because like I don't have time, but I definitely still want to continue doing that. I haven't uploaded a video there for a long time, but I still want to do that. But
That's a cool
then
idea.
for like just animation, like storytelling and stuff like that, I wanted to make a different channel for that because under the U thing. So I made it. Oh, a funny thing is like YouTunes used to be You Talker. Because I didn't know what to call it, so I was like You Cartoons.
And you guys were making fun of.
Yeah,
my
right.
possible name?
But I never made it that name. It was just
Oh,
like
well, neither
a
did I,
hard
but-
suggestion. That's why actually You Talker is actually the
You're right.
the host is the host of the series that I do on the Kinder channel where I do Kinterviews.
Oh, it's like a
the
little
guy,
reference.
Yeah. So the
Oh,
guy,
that's funny.
he's You
Oh.
Talker. Yeah, that's where I got it from. But yeah, I eventually came up with YouTunes, and I'm edgy, so I took out the S and put a Z. GetMadz, YouTunes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's basically it. I still want to do You Gamer, and I want to do like a bunch of other stuff, but I just need the time.
I thought that you having you in your name was because you really liked Wii U.
Oh, I didn't even have a Wii U.
I thought you were like, oh yeah,
The best
no, that's-
console ever made.
yeah. I was like, look at me, I
Console
love the
that
Wii
10
U.
people owned, definitely.
I owned it.
I owned it.
Yeah. Oh, see, where's the other 8 with it?
I owned it.
Oh, you
Kurt?
did? Really?
I had it.
Oh, okay. All right. Whatever. Yeah, like 3 games on there, like Bayonetta 2 and Smash, right?
Pikmin 3.
Oh, and Pikmin,
It
right.
had Mario Maker.
Mario Maker's good.
Mario Maker should come to this.
Game and Warrior was good. I actually like Game and
I
Warrior.
like that had some really fun like mini games that you could play with people.
All right. We're off topic again. Okay, so I want to ask, because you guys have a lot of my character in general didn't change that differently. It just looked a lot cleaner. But like you guys had a couple of character revisions.
100%.
So like,
I'd say.
can you elaborate?
Jack, you can go first because I went first.
Jack. All right. So Jack's whole trope is like colors, right? And
Yeah.
Rainbow.
yeah, and like Please explain, because like yours is really interesting.
Is it interesting? I
It
don't
is
know.
to me.
Well, I was just like, well, the whole thing with storytime animation. Not that I consider myself a storytime animator. I'm just, whatever.
You're just Jack.
I'm just me. But
Jack
I was like, okay, like, it's completely unfeasible to make like full on like studio quality animations on YouTube by yourself. Not that I could, but my whole thing was like, I need to figure out some way to make it like interesting, but also like limit it so I'm not like overworking myself to make it look good. So I was like, oh, I'll do monochrome.
You are so smart. Jesus Christ.
That
I
is
wish I
really
had a conversation with you beforehand, because like from the very beginning I've been trying to do the most, and it's like not.
It's
it is
really
not-
And things is,
it's
if you
really-
if you ever try doing something, if you ever try going backwards, you're worried about like, oh crap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like really
I
ill
understand.
advised, because like when I started, I'm like, okay, see everybody, they just doing like the little blob characters or whatever, you know. I'm a stand out. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have my backgrounds colored. I'm gonna do this and that, and I still do it, but like it's not.
It's time consuming.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
good to
you're-
have background
That's
stuff
why
to,
it's
like,
notorious for the 9 month.
add. the great 9-month hiatus. But anyways, carry on.
No, but yeah, I was like, monochrome would be cool. But then I was like, well, what color do I pick for my profile picture? Like, I don't know what to do if each video is gonna be a different color, like overall. Then I'm like, oh, I'll just do all the colors in one. So I wasn't necessarily thinking like rainbows, but I was just like multiple colors, and then it just kind of turned into that, I guess. That's like how a bunch of people draw my character, and I'm like, I never actually draw him like that, but cool.
That's it.
Well, that like
your
represents-
mascot.
that,
It's
like,
your
represents
mascot.
what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like the overall thing. But
Alright.
yeah, I've had like, I guess, some minor revisions, like with the hair, and
I'm kind of
yeah.
curious with the whole color thing. Was there any secret messaging in that gray video?
Gray is like sad, and you don't have colors. Not, I like the color.
He's
gray.
referring to Jacadamia's latest video.
My latest
at
video.
the time
Check
called,
it out.
Called
Link in
Goodbye,
the
Gray.
description below.
Or click the eye.
The eye.
This is work for
The
you.
link will be in the description below.
All right, don't worry about
Okay.
that. Nothing.
Yeah,
happened.
don't worry about the eye. Just all right.
No.
Let's do less work.
Let's do less work. Okay.
Well, the gray was like, it's like the opposite of color, so it's like.
It's a shade.
It's a lull. It was like I was in a lull. I guess that's a light way of putting it. Without getting too in depth. But and then at the end I turned yellow, which is like, I just thought it was like happy.
Happiness. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Yellow,
like happy,
it's
but not
brilliant.
like bursting.
This guy's a
and
genius.
I
enthusiasm.
think
Okay.
like yellow was my favorite color for so long. I think it still is like down.
Huh.
Yeah. Hey.
Whoa.
So like, explain your character transformations.
Should it be design as well, or should it
Well,
just be?
just go at it, man.
Or like
Sure.
when I started designing my character, I chose a beanie because at the time I was wearing beanies pretty much every day because it was cold, and I like wearing hair. I'm not wearing hair right now, but I'm like, for a while I was like super self-conscious about my hair and stuff. I mean, it's still crap, but I mean, I really hated my hair for a while. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just wear hats. So I wore like I have like a snapback collection. But, well, it's like,
Oh.
well, no, I don't actually. I just have 5 hats.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm just like, whoa.
No, that's another thing too. Like with you gamer wore a beanie. Like I wanted every you character to have like their own like different hat style and stuff.
Yeah, so
Even though
yeah.
I've only really started wearing hats since like late last year, but I always thought hats look cool.
I
on
still-
characters.
I
That's why I
st-
gave
yeah.
Yutun's like the backwards and then his hair.
I still want to do this where eventually you can. All right, this is my idea, but anyone can do this because anyone can do anything. But I thought it would be cool. I really want to do this where each season my character's outfit changes to like match that
Oh, I was
season.
gonna do
So it's
that.
like my character's like a scarf for. I mean, I'm sure someone already does that. Like,
Yeah.
And if you have, you're cool.
Use.
You're really cool. But like anyway, so if like my character, it was like sort of winter, cold sort of era, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'll just put a beanie on him. I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. I drew a little stick man because I was crap at art. And then I've literally the reason I wanted to do storytime animations or like just animations in general in the first place was because I was like, hey, I don't know what to do with my channel, and also I want to get better at a skill. I want to get better at drawing and art because I really enjoy like doing graphics and stuff. How can I do them both? And then I was like, hey, even if this channel doesn't go anywhere, I'm still practicing, and it's still giving me an excuse to draw. And get better. And I was like, hey, boom. And then, so that's why each video practically has a completely different design to the last. And like right now, I finally found a design in Silhouette, which I'm like really happy about. And it's more of a case of doing just the small little things to try and get my quality up and up and up. But like, again, as I said earlier, it's like, I was going from Premiere and Photoshop to Flash, and then I didn't like Flash, and then I started rigging in Character Animator, and then started trying to learn how to do like in-betweens and all the rules and stuff, and then eventually I'll probably learn Toon Boom like these two.
Yeah, you're a master rigger. Like I don't know how to rig to save my life, but that's really cool.
Thanks, chum.
Yeah, like you actually make rigging look good because it's like.
This him and Donimation Studios, like they're really.
That's the thing. It's like really I don't like the style of rigging usually. It's like.
Yeah, me either.
It's like I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is kind of. And I felt that way a lot about like my previous videos, and I was like, that's why I was always trying to change it. She was like, how can I make this look better? And then I was like, this kind of looks like a puppet. I don't like that. And then I was like, hey, I'll try and make it as close to as if it was made in like the Flash way as possible. So I had like bounces for each frame. I sort of like the head swing.
It's the little things that really brings out.
But yeah, it's just stuff. Like I try to make it as happy and cool.
So if you could, would you do it traditionally or like would digital is like digital like?
Are you talking about for videos or are you talking about
for like animating in general? Like if
digital 100%.
Digital. All right. What if traditional would take the same amount of time it would take you to make a digital? Would you still stick with digital?
That's like okay. Would I rather use a keyboard to type an essay or would I rather write it? Well, I used to get calluses on my finger for writing and it hurt, so I'd rather type. But you can't already hold a digital pen when you draw, so.
But it's something so nice about just having like a. Fountain pen. I'm very bougie, but I like fountain pens. Like I just like the way the ink comes out and you just draw. Like it's beautiful. We don't have. I mean, like the Wacom stylus or whatever style. You use a Huron tablet. Right?
Yeah, I use a Huron tablet.
Like the styluses are cool, but it's just not the same.
I think for learning, because I've had such a long, because I've had like so much of my like progress in art has been digital. Yeah, I can have like a bias. For that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I still would stick with digitals too, as well. But like, how about you, Jay?
Well, I did traditional for a while, and then when I started getting serious about art, I did mostly digital. But what I find is like, I feel like it's easier for me to get my like ideas out if it's like traditional, like on a piece of paper. If I'm like just sketching stuff out, I feel like less stressed about making it like look good. It's just like, all right, I'm just doing this thing. And also, another thing with digital is I feel like it's a lot harder to do, like, slow strokes on digital, for me personally, and, like, still have them look good, because I don't know, it's a little weird.
I mean, there's an option, like, they do this with Steven Universe and Rick and Morty, because they both use Toon Boom. But what they do is, like, I don't know if Rick and Morty does this. I'm not sure, but I know Steven Universe does it.
Rick and Morty has rigs, right?
Yeah, they do. All right, but, like, with Steven Universes, they draw everything on paper, and then they like scan it and then color it in Toon Boom.
Are you talking about they draw everything, like every frame, or are you just saying they do like keyframes?
No, they draw the characters. They like animate. They like traditionally.
That sounds like Cuphead, and how they did it. Because Cuphead,
really?
Didn't they do it all traditional?
Yo, Cuphead is amazing.
And Cuphead took like a long time to make.
Wasn't it like, and it was a
everyone
real small team.
Everyone who's complaining, like I didn't even know that about Steven Universe. I couldn't even tell. So if that's taking them more time, I kind of think that's kind of goofy because it's like, why are you spending this extra time? And that's
the thing. It's the same thing with Jack said. Like people just don't like the way their stuff looks digitally. They rather like draw it and then have it
import
scanned.
it. Yeah. But then they have to go over it again. I mean,
I'm fine with both. It's just like.
Well, it's a good compromise between the two. Actually.
Yeah, like that. I like that. I like the animation on that show.
Yeah. Steven Universe is like.
It's a good show. Stop hating on it.
People hating on it?
I haven't watched it.
There's a bunch of it.
I haven't watched the last season, but like, yeah. But anyways, all right. So we're all in the animation community, right? And I know there's been a lot of a lot of controversy around it recently. So like, especially with the rise of like criticism channels. So like, how do you feel about criticism channels? How do you feel about criticism? Are they doing it right, or are they just attacking our fellow animators? What do you guys feel? You can start.
I feel like a lot of them bring up good points, but then some of them maybe aren't being nice about it in certain ways. Like, I've watched a few where they talk about someone and then they call them a name. I'm like,
yeah,
you just brought up a nice point,
yeah.
and then you call them a nasty name.
with
Like,
an
it's
insult.
like saying like, yeah, this person should work on. It's like let's say Jacadamia has, like, you know, he could really get better at drawing noses. And he's also a bit of a butthole. It's like saying that. It's like, why would you add that? He's a great man.
It's okay.
He's a great man. That was a joke, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know. It was a meme. I was joking around. But,
I just love that. It's his version of saying it's just a prank, bro.
Such a,
It's a meme.
it's true. But yeah, no, it's like, I feel like as long as it doesn't come across as a personal attack, across like most people, because everyone might be like, oh, you're attacking someone, oh, you're just giving criticism.
So,
like
alright, here's my question for that. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like them insulting nulls whatever criticism they have?
To a certain extent, yes. I feel like if you might bring up good points, but then you lose the respect, and you lose. Like it makes your intentions different.
Yeah.
You could have your intentions entirely change if you're being mean about it. Of course, maybe a joke here or there is fine, but it has to seem like a joke. You can't just call someone an asshole and then say, "Oh, it's a joke."
And I've seen a couple of them where they just come at them like physically, like their physical appearance, like that has nothing to do.
That is
with their,
that's not cool.
straight up
That's
bullying.
just bullying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. But like, how do you feel, Jack?
Personally, I say criticism channels, good on ya. Well, for the most part. Actually, I don't even know if it's the most part, because I don't watch all of them, but I think if you put stuff on the internet, you're open to criticism, and if you know how to take criticism, if you know how to take it, then it can only help you in the long run if you are being criticized. That being said, I think it's stupid for like the grown men to, let's say, like criticize like a 12-year-old and be like, you suck at drawing because you're 12.
At the same time, from just play devil's advocate, it doesn't, like, no matter what age they are, everyone can get criticized.
Yeah.
And like that's completely fair. Like, I'm happy to get criticized by someone who's younger than me. I'm happy to get criticized from someone who's higher than me. However, you have to realize that maybe someone who, like, everyone's trying to improve their content, but some people might not want to have anything else. It just might be their creative, just like a hobby they do. Because I met someone and they were trying out my tablet at my house, one of my friends, and they didn't want to. I got really confused about this because they didn't want to improve. And this is how I realized, like, some people kind of just don't want to get criticized, or like are happy to just stay where they are because they refused to use the fill bucket and then just, like, clean stuff up. They wanted to just color everything in like this.
But that's the thing with that, though. Like, that's something to bring up. Artists generally are just pretty sensitive people, and they don't like.
Yeah, and then I was like, wait, why are you doing that? Why can't? Do you don't want to use this because it's more efficient and it can
especially
help
when you put like your thought, your skill and everything into your work. You don't want someone to be like, oh, that looks pretty bad. Like, no matter if it's criticism or just insults. But like, my question for y'all is, like, say if you get a comment on your channels, all right, and somebody's like, what is do you take the criticism out of the insult? Like, for instance, if someone criticized it but like meanly, so like, if that's not a word, but if they're saying like, oh, I mean, the way you animate your mouths looks like absolute shit, like, I hate it. Like,
I wish I got comments like that. No one criticizes me.
All right, so he's asking people to criticize his stuff.
Come and attack me.
But like, would you take that as like oh, okay, so like he thinks I should work on my animating mouths more, animate lip sync more, or would you just take that as like oh, he's just hating?
I'd realize the context of it being someone on the internet and be like, hey, this everyone's an asshole usually half the time.
Yeah.
So you have to take that into account, and then from there, I'd probably be a bit sad for like a while, and then like I'd come back to him and be like, you know what? Yeah, he's got a good point.
I
there.
should fix my
I
mouse.
should probably fix my mouse.
I should actually.
But
fix
that
my
doesn't
mouse.
mean I have to do it. That won't make it like because someone's criticized it. That doesn't put it at the top of my priorities. I might have other priorities, but it's just added to the list at the bottom. So then, even if I'm making more videos, it will eventually change.
Yeah.
But I'll probably still get comments saying, "Oh, what? What are you
Wait,
fix
so
my
so
mouse?"
if they were nice about it, would you make it a priority? Would you be like, hey?
No, I don't. No, I don't think if people were being nice.
So you just don't hold criticism
dude.
in general.
In terms of, I feel for me personally,
Mm-hmm.
all criticism, no matter if it's positive or negative, I treat sort of like in the sort of in a timeline where it's just like the newest is at the bottom for my like list, and then I check off each one. So I'm like, okay, well, whoever like let's say that someone tells me that I need to improve my colors, and then someone tells me I need to improve my mouths. I'd do colors first, then I'd do my mouths. Even if loads of people were like, unless it was like bombarded with everyone saying, mouths, your mouths are really.
But like, what difference would it make? Like, why wouldn't you just update immediately? Why don't you just in the next video?
Well, like,
have...
because I'd be like, oh, well, I'm already. Let's say I'm halfway through working on my video and I'm trying to make my hands look better, and then all of a sudden, randomly, people are posting about how my eyes look dumb. I'd still want to finish working on my hands. I wouldn't want to just stop working on my hands and working on my
right, but like
face straight
then
away.
you can also, but then you can work on the eyes right after before.
Yeah. I'd work on it eventually, but like, if I'm halfway through an animation,
I
wouldn't want to change that. But like that, I always take it into account. Like for instance, with my next one, instead of focusing, like my latest one was focusing more on like having a fluid, sort of like having the same art style throughout, where it's not just like, oh, some quality is good, some quality is bad. I try to make it like all using character animator, all rigs, all different characters, way more colors, way more like just more colors basically. But in my next one, I would focus more on like my writing, and then that's gonna be the focus. And it's
okay.
like that changes
So
for
you
each.
take your time.
each video.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's nice.
That makes sense because people should, like, if they're trying to improve, let them improve at their own pace.
Yeah.
So they can improve in their own way. Like, everyone gets criticized, and it's not like it's fun to get criticized. Like, it always kind of stings. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
But I feel like you just have to look at it objectively to see, like, if they do have a point, like, remove yourself from it at all. Like, you might have some really strong emotional attachment to what you've made, and what they're saying could be true, and you might just not want to admit it because, like, you're like, I worked so hard on this. It is perfect, or you might not think that, but you know.
Another thing to take into account is also, this isn't for everyone, but a lot of people, you are your own biggest critic. Like you think that what your stuff is the worst compared to what anyone else thinks. So also take that into account. Unless like you're really.
I actually do it. I actually see my stuff like that, but like I see it more as an optimistic thing. So like say, you come out with you put a ton of work into your next animation or whatever, right? And it's like, oh, this is pretty decent, and then you upload it. And then you go back to it like a couple days later. You're like, wow, that's
me every
like
time.
But like that's a good thing, and this is where the optimism comes in, because that means that you found ways to improve on your art, which
100%.
means that you are improving as like an artist.
100%. Yeah. If you don't know what your flaws are, then you're in a bit of a pickle. You need to figure out what your flaws are. 100%.
Bit of a pickle.
Mate, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with calling something a pickle?
I like pickles.
I've never had a pickle. Isn't those just cucumbers?
I hate cucumbers.
You don't like cucumbers?
I like
I like pickles, but not cucumbers.
What?
It's disgusting.
So you like cucumbers shriveled up in
Not
vinegar?
even like
but you don't like
cucumbers.
I guess so.
Cucumbers with like ranch dressing.
Yeah,
like,
what about cucumbers in sushi?
yeah.
I don't like it at all.
You don't like it for crunch in
it's
sushi?
nasty. It's disgusting to me.
It's like crunchy water.
Pickles are way better. Did you know like pickle juice is like they like recommend it over water when you're exercising?
Gross. Ew.
Gross. Pickle juice is a shit, man.
Like you'd sweat pickle juice?
No. Like when you're drinking to hydrate yourself, they said like pickle juice is better. That's what I heard. I'm not sure if that's.
I feel like it would dry you out.
Don't listen to this man. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Anyways, all right. So, speaking on art, how do you guys feel about tracing? That was like a controversial topic for like a little bit in the
Yeah, it was a
animation
while
community.
back.
So like, how do you guys feel about it?
Jack, you can go first.
I mean, it's not the worst thing you could do to trace in order to like practice or like try and improve yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's different when you trace and then like publish it as like your own work, because you are just sort of going over something that someone else made.
Okay, but what are your boundaries on tracing? Like what?
Oh,
what is
like
okay
okay, all right.
and what's not?
So
So like for instance, if I made a thumbnail or like a scene in a video and I used someone's pose, is that okay?
I feel like it's perfectly fair to like reference someone's pose and like adapt it to like your own way of drawing, but I feel like tracing over someone's pose, that's kind of like it's kind of like taking.
I think it's like if you
but like no one trademarks poses though.
Yeah, but like I think what's this is
You're
my
not gonna look
favorite.
good.
This is my
You're
favorite
gonna look
quote.
bad. People will be like,
But what if
trace
they make
that.
it look good?
well, people will still be like, oh, you traced his
I
thing.
think if you just base it off
you.
if you just
Okay.
base it
Oh,
off one
okay.
person, if you just base it off one person, I had this really good quote which is still like an artist, where instead of just referencing one image and have that be your only thing, how about you reference multiple images? You really like the style of one person, you really like the pose of another, you really like the colors of another. Like, for instance, with my colors, Vops helped me with like designing or updating the colors for my character. I was like, hey, the way you do like your shading is really nice because it has like a warm tone. And then I took that and I was like, okay, well, what about if I apply this to like my other colors?
Yeah.
And then like, you know, there's different situations like that. Oh, I really like this person's proportions. I really like how they have, you know, their head slightly larger than the rest of their body. What about if I take that into account? Or I like how this person's eyes are bigger. Like, that's how I designed my character. I, like, took inspiration from other people's stuff. And I'd, like even when, like, redesigning my current character, I took references of other people who I really, really liked their style of. And I was like, okay, well, this person kind of has their head sort of like this. And, like, I would draw it all myself. But first, maybe to just get a rough idea, I'd go over it, and I wouldn't use that design, but just go over it to be like, okay, so they kind of draw it like this, and then draw lines for it, you know, how like you work out what the eye positions are.
Yeah.
And I do that, and then I apply it to my like self, and then like something which I do, which I don't think many people do, is because I had like a graphic design past, I kind of skewed stuff as well. Like I distorted like even my own character. Like I trace myself, like if that makes sense. Like I traced over my character loads and loads and loads of times, just get better at the line art, trying to get better at all that stuff. So I think, to a certain extent, like how I described, I think it's fine. I think if you're just using one person, just a single person for inspiration, and not crediting them and showcasing it as your own work, that's not cool. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah. I like what you said with the Steal Like an Artist, because I actually read a book called Steal Like.
You read books? What a
Did you read that
nerd!
book?
No, I didn't. I watched a podcast.
Oh, well, there's like a book about it, and basically the whole thing that it boils down to is no one is original. Like,
True.
at all. Everyone gets their ideas
It's
from
just
other
something.
places. Like, if you see something like, how do they come up with that? They're probably inspired. They definitely were inspired by things they've seen, things they like. It's all about, like, putting things together in your own way.
Yeah, remixing, basically.
Yeah, it's everything's just a remix of something that's already happened. Literally every story has already been basically told by like Homer, Shakespeare, like it's
Homer
all
Simpson.
just yeah.
I was waiting for that. I was
yeah,
like,
Homer
I
Simpson.
don't really. Wait, it's actually someone called Homer.
Homer Simpson.
My dog used to be called Homer.
It used to be. Did
Well,
you change his
he
name?
deceased.
Oh, well, then his name should.
Oh,
still
you're
be-
right. You're right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm basically yeah. What Madz
Sorry.
says, just like what Madz says he does is a really good thing to do. That's like what I do. I'm like, oh, I'm like my character. I kind of change how I draw him a lot because I tend to like different things at different times. And like, let's say I was watching a bunch of anime, I might be like,
Weep.
yeah, I don't know. I might like make the proportions more like realistic at some points, or like try to, and then like other times I'll watch. I don't know, like it.
You can use
It's just
that.
whatever.
You can actually use that same logic when you're creating your original character.
Your
'Cause,
own scene.
yeah.
I see, and this goes back into like something else I want to talk into, which is oversaturation of like, well, I don't know if you, well, in my case, I'm talking about like character design. I feel
Oh, you're
like
talking about just in the community.
yeah. So like, I
Are
feel
you
like,
a white blob?
I feel like there's a lot of and I'm not trying to like attack anyone, but like this is just something I've observed. There's like a lot of like different variations of basically the same thing. And
I
feel
think
like,
to a certain extent, there's nothing wrong with that. I think
Um,
it depends. It depends. No, it depends. again, it's like what we've just been talking about this entire
Yeah.
time. It's if you're just taking inspiration from one person and you do your eyes, you do your proportions, you do the mouths,
But is this
you do everything the same, then it's like, it's kind of like same
Yeah.
face syndrome, but it's someone else doing it.
right? But like, what if they just take the same eyes, same nose and mouth from one person and the face from another?
I think if you
Wait,
take, I feel
Like-
all right, I feel like
You
if you
just
take
said
the
the
eyes
face
from
and
one
the
person,
face.
no, I feel like
you know what I mean.
Eyes
God
is
damn.
not is a face.
I get what you're saying, but
I
I,
mean,
feel
like
like
the head.
I feel like
Yeah,
that applies to if you take the eyes from one person, take the mouth from one person, take the face from another person. Don't just take the face from
So
one
you're
person.
saying like
that's
your
pla-
character
But you
should
can't
be
just say
like
like
a hybrid
James's.
of.
You can't say like James's face and just plaster it on Jack's character. Like that's not gonna make like that's not gonna make like an original.
So you don't
character,
think
but-
there's anything personally wrong with like just the same variations, well, different variations of the overall same.
I feel like to a certain extent, it could get boring, I guess, but that would be more of an issue of like you're not really doing anything wrong, but you're kind of putting yourself at a
But
disadvantage.
you're not really doing anything different.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you're not really bringing anything new to the table, and you might not want to bring anything new to the table.
And that's
But
fine.
then, I mean, you sure if you want to do that, but personally, I don't understand why anyone wouldn't want to bring anything new to the table.
But there's a lot of people that just are just settled with
And I mean,
it.
Yeah,
And
like-
that's nothing wrong with that, by the way. But like, you know.
like one of the advantages of having like a plain, simple, like white blob character or whatever is that anyone can kind of like project themselves onto that, and I think that's why a lot of people like it, because a little guy with two eyes and a mouth could literally be anyone. So it kind of adds a little bit more.
Yeah, but that's more. I feel
Personable.
like that's like that's kind of like a more psychological.
Yeah,
effect.
that's like
And
psychological.
that's really good. And
So-
really, like a really cool factor to take into account.
It's also
Yeah.
really good
But-
to like start off doing stuff like that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And but
You shouldn't. No one starts off with like their character like first hand like here. Like,
But
you
I
know.
feel like if any of
everyone
you are
starts with
planning
something.
on like making a new channel and working on your design and want to improve your design, remember, even if you have an existing design, you don't have to keep with it at all. That doesn't. You are not obligated to stay with the same design. Of course, I'd recommend you don't just go from one design to a brand new one with completely different styles straight away. But if
Yeah.
you gradually, like for instance with me, gradually change from one style to another to another to another until
Also
you get
that
close to your happy with.
8-bit Ultra is also a good example.
Corey's
of
another
that.
great
yeah,
example.
he
Yeah.
changed a lot.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I feel like there's a lot of people who are like good examples.
Yeah.
The thing with animation is you can literally do anything. So why limit yourself to like one thing? If you want your
Exactly.
character to be like
A lizard.
freaky, I don't know, three-eyed lizard man with butterfly wings.
I'd watch if
You can do that.
if you've got butterfly wings and are a lizard man with 3 eyes,
Hit me up.
yeah, give me a call.
Yeah,
Kinky.
we're going that way.
But yeah, I totally that makes sense. But yeah, like, just we're wrapping up. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
All right.
let's finish
all right,
up.
Yeah, I'm
Finish
gonna
up.
move on to the next topic real quick because we're
How
about
long
to
do we
run out of
have?
time. Okay.
What is that?
All right.
It's 8.
Oh,
We have 80
I can't
seconds
count.
left. No, I'm sorry.
80 seconds.
No, it's 8 minutes.
Okay, let's do the final.
All right, so like the last topic is animator yearbook, and we comprised a bunch of like questions. I mean, a bunch of like, oh, who would this be? Who would that be?
Who's the
Blah.
most likely to?
All right, yeah. So like the first one is who is most likely to get demonetized?
U-Tunes.
YouTube's. Okay.
I don't know anyone who swears. Who swears?
Freak it out.
Okay,
I don't
actually,
know.
doesn't Young Don do a lot of like edgy
Oh, yeah,
sort of
yeah.
stories? I feel like he has a high chance of getting demonetized.
I would say Tabs. Tabs.
No, yeah, Tabs
Yeah,
is a good
Tabs,
good
yeah.
point. Tabs,
Tabs don't ever change, please.
yeah.
But,
don't
like,
yeah,
yeah.
don't censor yourself. It's fine. Don't censor yourself.
It's funny.
Yeah.
All right. So who would be the most likely to blow up?
Whoever steps on a bomb first.
Oh, good old Jack.
This guy's comedy gold. Well, like who's your like favorite channel who you think's underrated?
U-Tunes. Nah.
Besides
besides U-Tunes, I would actually say Curtrichy. He's in the back.
Aw.
I would
But
agree.
Curtrichy is definitely
Y'all
someone.
ass motherfucker.
He puts blood, sweat, and tears into his work, and I feel like it's underappreciated.
I agree.
Um,
Subscribe to Curtis Richardson.
Curtis
Richardson.
Ritchie. Well, his last name not Richie. I don't understand. I don't get it. It's Ritchie. It's Ritchie. Okay. All right.
Sorry,
But yeah, how about you guys?
No, I agree.
Okay.
I'd say
How about you?
I agree with Kurt.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, you agree with U-Tunes. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't know. I have to.
Oh,
I have
and
to-
Jack as well. Holy shit. Yeah,
oh.
definitely. Yeah.
Jeff,
mean-
I thought you're at like 20K.
No, I'm at like 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we
for
get
sure.
this man up and up and up,
Up and up and up.
please?
Up and up and up.
Count on you guys.
Yeah,
Only if you
I'm friends
want
with a
to.
lot of underrated people.
Yeah.
For sure. Also, my man Michael, who's in the back. You know, he makes a. I mean, he's steadily blowing up now, but like, he should be.
We're
a
proud
lot
of him.
bigger. Everyone I know should just be a lot bigger. Yeah. For sure. All right.
Next
So
all
question.
of my
next one.
friends and close
Oh.
relatives.
Who's the most improved?
U-Tunes.
I'm gonna just
Well,
say.
we were
U-Tunes
just
every
saying
day.
like 8-bit Ultra. He
Oh,
improved
8-bit
his
Ultra.
character
Corey,
a lot.
yeah,
Sure.
Corey's improved a lot.
For sure.
I feel like there's one I'm thinking of.
I nominate 8-bit Ultra. That's my answer.
Um,
His stuff is A1.
Crap, we should have done a bit more research, boys.
I already got. Yo, my answers are out here. I already have them thought out. It's you guys that are like struggling. I know this. I'm the top.
well,
I'm the best.
All right, you know,
I'm
I gotta
better
quickly,
than everyone.
Oh, Arawa. I think Arawa's,
Okay.
like he's
well,
changed
I've
a
never
lot.
heard of him, but
You don't know Noah.
Aroa.
Arawa, he's like the
Arrow.
gray,
yeah,
the gray alien
yeah.
man.
Yeah, I've never heard his name
I know.
Like,
if you're
I
watching.
know.
out
That was
loud.
cool.
So it was a little
Super
weird.
underrated, by the way. His stuff, his 3D stuff is
He
like.
did 3D.
Yeah, he does 3D.
Yeah.
He's
Way
got
above me.
like Noah is just.
Oh, we're just gonna be
Super.
just shouting out channels now.
All right.
Shout out to Ariola.
Areola.
Shout out to
Ariola. Shout out to Ariola.
shout out to the Alola region.
All right, so what's next? We have a couple more. Most likely to give all their money to charity.
Ivan animated.
I nominate Jaden Animations. I feel like she's very generous. I guess.
I feel like.
Hmm.
I feel like
Just
Devin. I think like Ginger Pale.
Ginger Pale.
I feel like he would do. I feel like Devin would do like a charity stream or something. He's a cool guy.
Oh yeah, Devin for sure.
He you know, he has good intentions. He's a good
Okay.
boy.
How about you, Jack?
Me.
Okay. You can nominate yourself. There's no rules.
I like charity.
I love charity.
I mean, if I had
A
money.
charity for me.
to give.
All right, so there's a I don't. All right,
That's a
see,
joke.
I would bring this up, but I don't know when this podcast is coming up. But whether or not it came up already or not, there's a boxing match coming up, and now let's put this on the animation community. Who would you pin each other against, and like who would win?
Speechy versus Chili.
Species versus Chili in a boxing match.
Ivan.
Damn, that's a good
Ivan
one.
versus you would be funny as well.
Me,
Oh, actually,
me.
Ivan versus and you versus Corey.
Ivan versus Madz. Now, see, I would see that. I would see that.
That'd be
I would
funny.
definitely see that.
I have a funny. I
I would see that. And I think I don't know who would win.
Probably me.
Probably you. You think you could be Ivan?
Actually, Ivan's. I'm
I'm
just I'm a skinny boy.
Yeah, you are a skinny boy.
Okay.
Oh damn, that would be a good one.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah, that would be good. I don't know who. Would
All
win.
right. Who would Turtle go against?
Hmm.
Tabs.
Pin Tabs against anybody. She's winning. So like, for a fact.
I want to see Kurt versus Tabs.
Tabs is gonna win.
Bro, I get my shit right. I want to say. I from the back. One time, Tabs grabbed me at VidCon. She shook my shit. I was like, oh my god.
Yo, that
I
reminds
lost
me.
my balance.
All right, it was me, Tabs, Chili, and Ivan. We were walking down the street, and like, Chili had called him, but like he didn't turn around, so like, Tabs had like pulled him in, and like, for a fact, it was me and Ivan. We were talking, and then they were behind us. I swear to God, I was talking to him. I looked up, I looked back. He was gone, gone. gone. It was like she's very strong. That's
funny.
very strong.
All
It's
right.
like anime.
All right, I feel like this would be funny. I feel like Devin versus Mars. Because I feel like I could just imagine Mars with a boxing ring, like undoing a tie or something. Like he's dressed up. And Mars will be watching this. Mars is a very professional guy. I feel like Mars is very, he's always consistent in terms of being focused and stuff. And I could just imagine Mars like getting loose and just being like, "Bro, I'm ready." And it's like I'm doing his time.
His muscles just come out.
He's like, he goes, "It's half past a freckle." And then Devin would just be like, "All right, let's do this."
I think Devin would win. I got my money on Devin in that one. What do you guys think?
Yeah, but knowing Mars would, if he was preparing for it, he would probably go pretty.
Also,
hard.
answer this in the comments as well. Who would win against Ivan in Madz, Chili and Speechy, Maz and Devin, or Ginger Pal? Like, post in the comments. But who would Jack? Jack has to go against someone tall.
Someone tall.
Because Jack is
versus Kurt.
Jack is like 6'12".
No, I would lose.
6'13".
I'd lose to. Wait.
Oh, versus James.
Oh,
That's a good one.
You're not ruining for
James,
yourself?
they probably just go like.
I'm a
They
pacifist.
probably just give each other hugs.
Yeah, I like.
They probably just like, let's end this, and then they give each other hugs.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got money on you, Jack.
I got money on you guys hugging and it being a draw,
Yeah, it'd be like,
100%.
All right, so I feel like that's a good way to end,
That's a good way to
the
end it,
podcast. We're
100%.
running out of time. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out these beautiful people's channels. They will be in the description below. This has been YouTunes.
Jack.
Madz. And
Cats
And
in
Judd.
his
Judd.
Switch.
Judd on his Switch. He's playing a little game. Oh, he
Yes.
lost.
I hope you guys enjoyed the Kindercast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, that's good. Cut it.
That was a good episode.
That was
Yeah.
good, guys.
Rip it in half.
You guys did good.
Yes.
Very speechy and Chili would just pause and go get Starbucks.
Keep that at the end.
Speechy was scrap, though.
Yeah, I got the money on
Mike,
Speechy.
turn on the fan. Turn on the fan.